Mr. Student's scrawled handwriting. He always had the best finds in Paris. She grabbed her letter opener and sliced through the thick paper. "Books," Georgie said, in the same tone his father used when talking about the neighbor's marauding hogs. "Always books, isn't it?" "Yes," Sam said with a happy little sigh, extracting Mr. Student's letter along with his latest find. "We are a bookshop, Georgie." Oh, clever Mr. Student. She smiled at the first few lines of introduction, a jumble of letters and pictographic marks. He'd sent her another cryptogram, with a small note dashed off at the top that read, "I'm sure to stump you this time." He wasn't, but she appreciated the challenge. Georgie gave a snort. "I don't know what we need with a bookshop here in Clement anyhow. We've already got a library." "A collection of old family Bibles does not count as a library," Sam said, reaching for a pencil and paper. It looked to be a straightforward monoalphabetic cipher despite the distraction of the pictographic marks, but she didn't want to underestimate Mr. Student so quickly. Georgie shrugged. "I was happy enough to give that stuff up the second I walked out of Mrs. Iris's schoolroom for good." "Madame Iris," Sam corrected. "Madame," Georgie said, in a gross mockery of the French madame's accent. "Pa says a book is only good for propping open a door or knocking a fella out." Well, I would expect no less from the man who led a town-wide protest when Mr. Steeling hired a French woman to teach at the schoolhouse, Sam murmured, making a list of the most frequent letter appearances and the most common letter groupings in the cipher. Georgie craned his neck around, squinting at Mr. Student's neat handwriting. "What is that?" he asked. "Some kind of gibberish?" "It's a cipher," Sam said. "A code. It's meant to keep a message hidden." The last word she said pointedly, looking up at the intrusion of his person on her space. If Georgie noticed her intention, which Sam was positive he did not, he didn't do anything to address it. Instead, he scooted in closer, wrinkling up his nose like his father's prize hog. "Well, how do you know what it says?" Georgie asked. "You need a key," Sam murmured, writing out a few attempts at the letters she thought she might have deduced. "Do you have the key?" "No." "Well then, how do you know what it says?" Sam let out a sigh. "I don't, Georgie, not yet. I have to decrypt it, which would be much easier to do without so much distracting chatter." Georgie rocked back. "I get it. This is like those things you and Joe and Bennett used to do out at the manor, right? Those treasure hunts you'd make up." "We didn't make them up, Mr. Steeling did," Sam said, setting down her pencil and folding the letter closed along with her deciphering attempts, away from Georgie's prying eyes. "And I haven't done those in years, not since we were children." Georgie shrugged. "Maybe you and Joanna can put one up now that she's in Clement again." Sam drew back. "Jo's in town?" "Yeah. Didn't you know it? I figured she would have come to see you straight away. You were the only one she ever bothered with. Maybe she's too good for you now, too, after being at that fancy academy in Chicago." Joanna Steeling was back in Clement, and she hadn't come to see Sam. So she was still mad about the fight. Sam had tried so many times to explain why she couldn't go to the academy with Joanna. First in person, and after Joanna left, through half-finished letters. But Joanna couldn't understand. It was so easy for her, the heiress of the Steeling fortune, to spend late nights in shady speakeasies flirting with the boys, getting into and out of trouble. But Sam could never live like that. Most likely, Joanna had found her people at Marquardt Academy. It didn't surprise her that Joanna had moved on, but it did surprise her how much it hurt hearing about it from Georgie Heath. "If you see Jo, tell her we're out at the old barn most nights, me and Pete and the gang," Georgie said, oblivious to Sam's discomfort. "They might have those swanky speakeasies up in Chicago, but nobody's calling the G-men on us. We do what we want, all night if we want it." "Sounds a dream," Sam said tiredly. "But I've got work to do if there's nothing else." "Oh, right. Got your newspaper here."